Good evening, everybody. Thank you for that introduction. It's nice to see so many of you still here at 5:30 on the second day of a mapping conference. I've spoken at roughly 20 years of mapping conference in Europe, and by 5:30 I can tell you the Europeans have just disappeared to the bar and you end up speaking to an empty room. So thank you for your attention. I've been given 15 minutes and I will try and interest you in the world of the designer outlet, which is something that Freeport specialises in. We're based in London. You might wonder why an old Englishman has come to speak to you here. So I'll rattle through these slides, hopefully we'll have some time for some speeches, some questions at the end. Here we are mapping, telling us, are we ready and the future is already here? Well, I can tell you that the international and true designer outlet is not here in India yet. And you would have been talking about all sorts of exciting new things here. I kind of feel we've talked about these things in the last 10 or 15 years. So I think actually the world of shopping moves at snail's pace. But one thing we haven't talked about, which I find slightly odd, given that we've got the UN Climate Change Summit going on, nobody's actually mentioned the environment and sustainability here. India is in the spotlight for this change, so I think we really ought to be thinking about this in the real estate and retail world. Mapping. Stop building books like this, for God's sake. In fact, nobody's read it. Sahara. Stop building these series of bottles. It's crazy. That's why we've got plastic. Anyway, enough of my rant. So, coming to talk about outlet centres. This is what they look like. These are some of the centres we've built over the last 20-odd years at Freeport, all over Europe, including Malacca in Malaysia, one in the Philippines just south of Manila. And we're now here in India trying to bring the concept to what is a massive, massive opportunity. So, very quickly, going to give a fool's guide to what it is, why they work, and the rules of the game, etc. So, what are they? People talk about outlets, they say, oh yeah, I know what an outlet is. It's the one down the road, it's a cluster of this and that. In India, there are no proper outlet centres. So if you wanted a definition, 70 plus brand stores, and they tend to be mono-brand rather than multi-brand. And they're leased to, we try and lease to the brand principal, but a franchisee in many countries. They're marketed as a single shopping centre, so that absolutely means it is not a strata mal. Normally single ownership, high quality environments, managed by an outlet specialist. Weirdly, the whole of the outlet world, there are only about 23 of us outlet operators. Freeport sits about number 7 in the firmament of that. So it's a very specialist market when there must be tens of thousands of people who operate full-price malls. What are they selling? They're selling last season's stock, manufacturing overruns, and in the case of some of the bigger 12 bigger brands, it's made for outlet stock, so that's 90 and people like that. All the product, all, is sold at a minimum discount of 30%. If you're a customer and you've taken the bother to drive an hour and a half, 2 hours, out of town to go see an outlet with your family, you've got work, girlfriend, wife, parents, whatever, you demand to get a proper deal. And it's got to be a good deal. And you'll be disappointed if you find that it's the same prices in the high street. So that's a real challenge here, and it is brands and prices, which is the key point. Where did they all start? Well, back in the 70s, in the US in the 50s, we got these early outlets. They were literally factory stores attached to a factory, normally open on a Friday afternoon, Saturday morning, selling to anybody before they come out. They were normally selling factory seconds and manufacturing overruns. That's what they look like. This is one in the States. Pretty dull places. They've moved on a lot since then, but there you are, you can see Photograph the Red, an outlet store. By the mid-90s, it had come to Europe. Freeport was one of the first, Freeport first opening in 92 in Hornsey. That proved a damn good success. There were none others in Europe, it was the UK first. By 2000, there were about 75 decent outlets throughout Europe. Some of you will have been to this centre. It is broadly the world's most successful outlet centre. It's not the biggest, but it has the highest sales density. Just outside London, about an hour and a half drive. Half of all the mainland Chinese who arrive in London also visit this outlet centre. It's now about 35,000 metres, so 100,000 square feet, and it's had 7 phases, and it's been going a long, long time. Amazing place. High end, but the store with the highest sales density of the fashion
is actually timberland. So that was sort of kind of generation 2. By the mid-2000s, early decade, this is Rome, MacArthur Glen Centre. You can see they're just getting better and better, beautifully designed. That statue in the middle, actually done by a friend of mine, it's £250,000, that statue alone. Extraordinary. Trades its socks off. Here's one. This is just south of Beijing, between Beijing and Tianjin. There's me in my younger years wandering around on day 3. Typical Chinese. It's absolutely enormous. No expense spare. This thing on the right is a sort of a copy of the Colosseum. It's quite extraordinary. It is doing brilliantly. That centre alone does as much turnover as the next 20 combined in China. Gives you an idea of how damn good it is. And here's one I'm particularly proud of. It's a Freeport centre we opened last year, spring of last year. It's in Lyon, France's second city. Beautifully done. The build on that was $120 million. Just the build, ex-land and things like that. It won Outlet of the Year last year at the MAPIC conference, which was all great. Trading its socks off. I have a Polo Ralph Lauren store there, 16,000 square foot. That does 20,000 euros, so that's about what, $23 million turnover per year. And Freeport picks up 8.5% of that. So, you know, these are big business if you get them right. So it's been an extraordinary run. Outlet is really still growing very fast, although Europe is now a mature market. That's why an old man like me is still traveling the world trying to find new opportunities, India being one. There are about 450 things you could say are a proper outlet now throughout the world. And they account, it says global sales, that's actually US sales. About 3% of all sales of fashion in the US are sold through an outlet, just to give you a sort of sense of scale. But of course, it represents a far tinier proportion of the amount of retail space available. If you wanted a quick distribution of the thing, America is the oldest market, takes most of them. Europe, we've got 20-odd countries there. They do extremely well. And you can see how it's run on through. We opened, as I say, one in Malaysia. There are now 5 in Malaysia. It's probably too many. China's got lots and lots. I put 35 there. There are probably 235 outlets. But half of them are absolutely rubbish. And as I say, only very few of them do very well. So it's a proven business. It works damn well, and it's growing fast. Where we've already got outlets, we're trying to build bigger phases. You add on, and you grow bit by bit. It's principally actually a B2B business. If brands didn't have stock overruns, last season stock available, sitting in warehouses, rotting away, they don't need an outlet. Their business is to sell full price. So we're helping them deal with a stock problem. So it's delivering efficiencies for the brands and the franchisees. The customers, what do they get? A seriously nice experience. It's a brand experience. Just because you're selling cheaply doesn't mean to say you don't give them a brand experience. It's an aspirational experience. The guy who's buying his first ever pair of Levi 501s goes to an outlet shop and he gets a proper branded experience. He walks away proud, or she, sorry, walks away proud with their purchase. It is not just pile it high, sell it cheap. And I'll come back to this because that's a really key point of why brands across the world do these outlets, because you're introducing your brand to new customers. So for the occupiers, the meat and veg of this, because they're the ones who pay the rent and keep us all going, what are they doing? They're converting aged and surplus stock into profit. It is no good keeping your stock in a warehouse. Every season that goes by devalues by 25%. It's just rotting away. In many markets, I see people hang on to their stock in a warehouse and the accountant just keeps writing it up at full price, which is, of course, a complete con because by the end of a year and a half, that stock is probably worth zippo. So get rid of it. Turn it into cash. Stop storing it. Differentiate your sales by price. One of the things I've really noticed here in China is there's just far too many red tags sitting in the front windows of all the lovely shops. 20% off, 30% off, 70% off, and it seems to be happening the whole time. That is not a way to make money. You've got to be selling full price, at full price as much as you can. Take your sales stock and put it in an outlet or sell it online, but do not have it in your full price stores. It's killing the customer, it's spoiling the customer. It's like giving sweets to a child for 5 days a week and then saying on Saturday, Sunday, you're not allowed any sweets. That's going to be wrong. So an outlet gives you the ability to take that stock out, stick it in a discount place out of town, and keep your mainline stores selling at full price. The other thing why it's good to have an outlet is we do the marketing. We say, come to Freeport and get a 70% deal or a 50% deal or whatever it is. You as the brand that don't have to identify themselves with discount. The last thing you want to do is drive down the motorway as a brand and have to see your brand, Calvin Klein, 50% off. That is just the wrong message. So you take your stock, you put it in an outlet, and we do the marketing, and your discount is not attached to the brand at that point. We maintain and grow the brand values. As I said, these are nicely done stores, and when you walk into an outlet store for Nike or Levi's or whatever, you are getting a brand experience. That customer says, oh, I like this. I'll maybe go to the full price one next time. You get new customers. I was an impoverished guy starting out in the property world. I went to Bicester Village. They had a Burberry store. They were selling that the Burberry trench coat. Normally, I don't know, it was $700 in those days. Shows how long ago. I think they had it on at $150 that day. I bought one. Proud as punch I was. 3 days later, I find myself at the flagship of Burberry in Regent Street, it was. I thought, I'm a Burberry man now. I bought myself a full-price white shirt. I remember it well. I've been a Burberry man ever since. That is introducing new customers. It's a damn competitive market out there for these retailers and brands. You need to be on it in all possible ways. We offer one more way. It is a complement to the other channels. It's not competition. If it didn't work, why would 97% of the top 250 brands in the world use outlet channels and have proper outlet distribution channels? If it didn't work for the brands, they wouldn't do it. The fact is, they do. You could say, right, I'll go and have a standalone outlet down on the highway. And you see quite a lot of these in India. Why? Well, because nobody's actually given brands the opportunity to have a proper outlet center. Those are performing pretty well, a lot of them. And we've been to see a lot of these brands, and they've talked about their performance in those outlet stores. Standalone. What do you got with us? Over two and a bit times the turnover you'll get in the same store, same size, in an outlet center, because we're doing a ton of marketing to bring a lot of slightly higher-end customers to your stores. Again, there's a picture of our Lyon center. There's no cannibalization of full price. I sometimes hear franchisees go, oh, it could hurt our full price model. It doesn't. If it did, why would all these brands be doing it? And they tend to do it themselves, so they would feel the pain. They don't. Tons of these brands use the outlet channel. So really, it doesn't. You, of course, don't put an outlet bang next door to your full price stores. And that's why we tend to be out of town, edge of town, not miles and miles away, but certainly on the peripheries. Then we're not sitting face to face with the full price. Customers, what are they getting out of it? Well, the fundamental is you're getting your brands at a discount price. Yes, it might be last season's stock, but a Philistine like me says, I don't mind, I'm not that much of a fashionista. What you tend to do is get people buying some outlet stuff, and then they'll buy the main thing in the full price. They want the latest bargain, or the latest style. So that's the fundamental thing. You're looking for a bargain. But we're giving them a ton else. And as we've heard in various sessions this afternoon, you need to have good F&B, especially here in India. You need to have strong entertainment, lots of activations on site. You need the selfie type thing. People want to have fun. The mobile phone does our marketing for us these days. We love it. People stick their stuff on Instagram and Facebook, and we get free marketing. It's marvelous. And really nice architecture. I mean, some beautiful stuff. That one down on the end is Malacca, down in Malaysia. Why have we built a windmill there? Well, it's because it's an old Dutch port. The number of people we get coming to have their pictures there, we even get wedding people coming there. I'm running out of time, so I'm going to have to shoot through these. Who's in them? International brands are the drivers. Here in India, there's a very strong domestic brand market, so we need to have them. But we can also have a whole ton of other bits and pieces. We're trying to sell something to everybody. Conversion rates. In a downtown mall, conversion rate, that's the percentage of people who actually buy something, probably 10, 12%, sometimes less. Outlet center, 80 plus. So almost everybody will come and buy something there. They've come a long way. They're going to stay there. They're going to have fun. Rules of the game. I really am running out of time now. You've got to do it properly. It's the same thing as a full-price center. You've got to look after it damn well. You've got to manage it. You've got to market it. It's got to be an aspirational experience. All the retail rules apply just as much to us as if we were a downtown mall. It's not that. No disrespect to Nike, but that's, I think, near the airport in Delhi. And it's none of that crap at the bottom. That's actually an outlet shop in Penang in Malaysia. That's not how you do it. It's not the Freeport way, and we'd be having some very tough words with the operator if they ran their store, anything like that. Not good. India, what can I say? It's a fantastic market. You're right at the beginning of this wonderful growth that's going to happen in retail here. There's some evidence, as I say, of some outlet concepts. It's nothing like what we do. We can do it 100 times better. It works all over the world. It's going to work here in India. It's getting wealthier. People have got more money. They're going to start spending on branded clothing. Outlets are an intrinsic and real part of the retail mix. And we've spoken to loads of brands. They're all keen to have it. They want part of this business. And someone's got to come and do it, but do it properly. I can't remember what the Indian phrase is for how does it go? For that'll do. It's not that. It's got to be best. It's got to be 100% good. Shanghai, or whatever. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. So we've got a huge opportunity here. We're going to come and do it. We're here. We're real. We've got offices in Delhi. We've got a great team. And who are we? Well, you don't know me. I'm an old Englishman. I come here every month. Key person here, Chief Executive, Binu Sehgal, who everybody knows is here. She's just, there you go. She's our Chief Executive. And it's wonderful to have her on board. And we're growing our team around her here in Delhi. And we're hoping to be in the ground, I know, in 3 months. And that is about that. There's some we've done, so we're not making this up. We've done it before. I used to have black hair when I started. I'm now grey. But that's what you can do if you try hard enough, use good architects, you true to yourself, you do it 100% right. Some of the cities, tier 1, we can go to tier 2. Obviously, Punjab's very brand conscious, so we can go up north. There's lots of opportunity. We'd like to talk to you. We've got various models we can work to. We can talk about all sorts of concepts. So if you've got a site, you've got a brand, you've got investment, whatever, we'd like to talk to you. Time's up, it says there. I don't know if there's any time for questions. Come and find Binu or myself afterwards. Some of the things you might want to talk about. There's a ton of stuff I could talk for an hour here and bore you rigid. But anyway, that's all I've got time for. Thank you very much for listening.